Introduction: The Power of Small Habits. Welcome to Atomic Habits, where we explore the transformative power of small habits. Imagine improving just 1% every day, small, seemingly insignificant changes that compound over time, leading to extraordinary results. In this audiobook, we'll break down the lessons from James Clear's book and show how tiny habits, when nurtured, lead to remarkable transformations. Chapter 1: The 1% Rule. The first chapter introduces the idea that small habits can have a compounding effect. Improving by just 1% each day might seem trivial, but over time, this leads to an exponential increase. Imagine a simple habit, like reading for 10 minutes a day, that compounds into a lifetime of knowledge. Small daily changes might not feel like much, but they result in massive shifts over time. The key takeaway here is that success isn't about big, dramatic changes, it's about consistent, incremental progress. Over time, the small improvements stack up, creating remarkable transformations. Chapter 2: How Habits Work. Clear breaks down habits into a 4-step loop. 1. Cue, the trigger that initiates the habit. 2. Craving, the desire or motivation to act on the habit. 3. Response, the action or behavior you perform. 4. Reward, the positive outcome that reinforces the habit. This feedback loop repeats itself, strengthening the behavior. It becomes automatic over time. The more this loop is reinforced, the more deeply the habit is ingrained. Understanding this process is crucial for both building good habits and breaking bad ones. Chapter 3: The first law of behavior change: make it obvious. One of the keys to creating good habits is to make the cues for those habits visible. Your environment has a massive influence on your behavior. By placing reminders or triggers in your environment, you make it easier to take action. For example, if you want to drink more water, leave a bottle on your desk or bedside table. If you want to exercise more, place your workout clothes where you'll see them as soon as you wake up. This makes the action obvious and easier to initiate. Chapter 4: The second law of behavior change: make it attractive. The second law emphasizes the importance of making habits attractive. We are more likely to perform actions that feel rewarding or pleasurable. Clear introduces the idea of temptation bundling, pairing a habit you need to form with something you already enjoy. For instance, if you love watching TV, you might limit it to only when you're working out. By associating the new habit with something enjoyable, you make it more likely to stick. Chapter 5: The third law of behavior change: make it easy. Habits are more likely to form if they are easy to do. The easier a behavior is, the more likely you are to do it consistently. Clear emphasizes reducing friction. For example, if you want to read more, keep a book within arm's reach. If you want to exercise, lay out your workout clothes the night before. Start small. Make the habit so easy that it's almost impossible to fail. This reduces procrastination and helps build momentum. Chapter 6: The fourth law of behavior change: make it satisfying. For a habit to stick, it needs to be satisfying. Humans are motivated by rewards, and the brain likes instant gratification. Clear suggests making your habits immediately rewarding. This could be as simple as marking an X on a calendar each day you complete your habit, or giving yourself a small treat when you reach a milestone. Immediate rewards reinforce the habit and make it more enjoyable to repeat. Chapter 7: The secret to self-control. Clear argues that willpower is overrated. Instead of relying on self-control, it's better to design your environment to support good habits. When you make good habits easy to do and bad habits hard to do, you won't need as much willpower. It's about making the right behaviors the default option in your environment. For example, instead of trying to resist unhealthy snacks, don't buy them in the first place. Making the right choice the easiest option removes the need for willpower. Chapter 8: How to break bad habits. To break a bad habit, you simply reverse the 4 laws of behavior change. 1. Make it invisible. Remove the cue for the bad habit. 2. Make it unattractive. Reframe the habit to highlight its negative effects. 3. Make it difficult. Increase the effort required to perform the bad habit. 4. Make it unsatisfying. Add an immediate negative consequence to discourage the behavior. For example, if you want to stop watching TV at night, make the remote difficult to reach or hide the TV. Chapter 9. The Goldilocks Rule. Clear discusses how motivation is highest when you are working in the Goldilocks zone, where the task is not too easy and not too difficult, but just right. This principle is central to sustaining motivation. It's important to continually challenge yourself, but not to the point of frustration. For example, if you're learning a new language, tackle material that is slightly above your current level but still achievable. This keeps you engaged and motivated. Chapter 10. How to keep your habits on track. Habit tracking is one of the most effective ways to maintain momentum. Tracking progress visually shows you how far you've come and motivates you to continue. Even when you miss a day or a week, the key is not to break the chain. Missing one day doesn't mean you've failed, it's just a temporary setback. Chapter 11. The Downside of Building Good Habits. Clear warns against becoming complacent with good habits. Once a habit is formed, it's important to continue refining and challenging it. Stagnation can occur if you don't keep growing and setting new challenges. Always strive to get a little better, even after reaching your goal. Chapter 12. How to review your habits and refine your systems. Reviewing your habits regularly is key to long-term success. Clear suggests conducting regular habit reviews, whether weekly or monthly, to assess whether your habits are still aligned with your goals. Adjust your habits as necessary to ensure they are working for you. Chapter 13. Advanced Tactics. How to go from being merely good to being truly great. In this chapter, Clear delves into advanced strategies for making small improvements. He emphasizes that excellence comes from making tiny improvements across multiple areas of your life. Even when you're good at something, always look for small adjustments to improve even further. Chapter 14. The Habits of Successful People. The most successful people focus on identity, not just goals. Instead of saying, "I want to run a marathon," say, "I'm a runner." By shifting your identity to match the person you want to become, you align your actions with your core values. Success follows naturally when your actions reflect your desired identity. Chapter 15. The Importance of Small Wins. Small wins serve as proof that you're progressing. These wins generate momentum, making it easier to keep moving forward. The more small successes you achieve, the more motivated you'll feel to continue. Chapter 16. How to make time for your new habits. Clear gives practical advice on integrating new habits into your already busy life. Time is a valuable resource, so you must structure your day to prioritize the habits that matter most. Making time for habits is about consistency and commitment. Chapter 17. The Influence of Family and Friends on Your Habits. Our social environment plays a big role in shaping our habits. Surrounding yourself with people who have the habits you aspire to will naturally help you adopt those same habits. Peer pressure, whether positive or negative, influences your behavior more than you might realize. Chapter 18. How to Overcome Procrastination and the 2-Minute Rule. Clear introduces the 2-minute rule. If a habit takes less than 2 minutes to do, you should start it immediately. This makes the task so easy to begin that you'll find it hard to procrastinate. Once you've done the small task, it's easier to continue and build momentum. Chapter 19. The Role of Emotion in Habit Formation. Clear explains that emotions are a major driver of habits. We are more likely to repeat habits that make us feel good. To strengthen habits, pair them with positive emotions, reward yourself, feel a sense of accomplishment, or simply enjoy the process. Chapter 20. The Gold Standard for Habit Formation. The final chapter reinforces the idea that success is a result of consistently practicing habits. Rather than focusing on goals, focus on building systems. Systems, or the collection of your daily habits, are what bring about long-term success. The goal isn't to achieve a specific outcome but to become the type of person who embodies those results. Conclusion. The Power of Atomic Habits. In conclusion, Atomic Habits is about harnessing the power of small, consistent changes to create long-lasting transformation. By understanding the mechanics of habit formation, applying the 4 laws of behavior change, and consistently refining your systems, you can achieve remarkable results.